Ah yes, after waiting 2 days for the servers basically being down the entire time, we can finally play the new season and RAM. All jokes aside, the season launch was pretty bad, but hey, it was worth it because now we actually can play with the fun new content. But with all that said and done, let's go ahead and talk about how to play RAM, and if you don't have her already, help you decide if you want to get her or not. RAM is a 3 armor 1 speed, and her primary gadget is the Boogie drone. Actually, saying it's a drone might be an understatement, more of a military tank. And I'm just gonna let the gameplay speak for itself so you get a general idea of what this operator is.
So that way if someone got into my PC, they don't have all my passwords on a Word doc.
Which?
She can hold 3 boogies at a time. What these gadgets are designed for is for vertical play. Vertical play is going above or below sight to make holes and cut off any rotates line of sight that defenders may have, and basically just making your life a lot easier as an attacker. Constantly making holes above sight creates a lot of pressure on the defenders. Even if you don't really get any kills on it, the mind games alone can be so huge for you in a round. Because the defenders know if they peek those holes or try to rotate to the other bomb site, they will likely die because of you just basically existing. There are 2 other operators that are dedicated to vertical play, and those are Buck and Sledge. However, RAM works a little bit different to them. So here's a pretty cool thing about RAM when it comes to vert play. Let's say they are holding kitchen below, and obviously I need to play vert. I can just throw down my boogie right here on the VIP wall, and it is just shredding the floor right now. And if you notice here from VIP, I have a pretty good angle looking into the kitchen floor, so I can just, you know, and kill any defender that is trying to get into kitchen from the jungle or blue stairs, whatever you want to call that, cool vibes. And it's just generally a good thing for RAM. Now, another thing is that I can just easily throw down these boogies and just right there, throw one right here, get an angle into here, and I'm gonna have multiple of these out at once. And so I can stop the rotate here. I can stop anyone playing back here, and it's not just coastline that you can obviously do this in, it's any map with vert play. And let's say you somehow don't get an angle that you need. With her newly buffed secondary shotgun, you can easily make holes in the floor or walls, whatever you need to, and get some pretty good angles if you really need it, but, you know, your guy's just pretty strong anyway. So here's a really cool thing you can also do with RAM, ignoring that the bomb site's actually here on Bank. If they are playing the CEO side above, then you can go here in Archives, look all the way up on these blue shelves, throw a boogie, well... Oh, I got it. Okay, cool. So if you throw a boogie on these blue shelves, then you can make vert play from below, similar to what Buck can do. However, the difference between you and Buck, you have a cool assault rifle. And yes, you can do it on all 3 of them. So yeah, I did it first try here. It is a bit tricky when you get the angle right. It's not that hard. And so anyone that is potentially playing on these reinforced walls right here, again, they're very loud. If they're playing on the reinforced walls, you can just kill them for free if they don't run away. And usually they're going to have the head holes here on square. It's just so easy with this gadget. Here's another mechanic about her gadget. As you can see, I can place down the gadget, and you notice this straight blue line that the defenders can also see. But if you notice at the bottom right of my HUD, I have 2 select options. And it will vary depending on what your input is, but mine is in. And I can switch it constantly to decide what angle my drone will drive in. So if I make it go right, and I activate it, it will destroy anything. It also like go into a right motion. This will help you if you really need to get just a lot of ground covered. And obviously I can do it left, so here's another way of doing it. I can make it go left. And it's getting all this ground. I didn't really angle it right, as you can see there, but you get the general idea about this.
How loud
also, they're really loud.
Dear God. And I can throw multiple like this.
Yeah, this is this. So you, as the viewer, probably have 2 questions about this operator. How is RAM any different from Sledge and Buck, and how do I counter this gadget as a defender? Simple answer is yes and no. Okay, more specifically. easily the strongest aspect about Ram compared to Buck and Sledge is Sledge has to constantly be pulling out his hammer, and while Buck does have an underbarrel shotgun at longer ranges, he really can't do much despite it actually being a pretty good shotgun. Ram can just throw down her boogies and instantly have her assault rifle or LMG up. While Ram is potentially killing some other defenders, her boogies are destroying any soft walls, floors, or any defender utility that she wants to. And about defender utility, there is no realistic counter to this gadget with some exceptions, but even then there are a bit of a stretch. Not even mute. Unless you somehow throw your boogie into the mute gemmer's radius, then you can't activate it until the mute gemmer itself is destroyed. But guys, let's be honest, why would you do that? And here's the thing, you can actually destroy this gadget with explosives, and those are some of the exceptions. However, even then, you might be screwing yourself over more than you realize, because whatever Ram is trying to destroy with her boogie, it is likely already in the radius of your explosive, so you're going to be destroying your own utility and wasting some of your own as well. So it's a lose-lose for you and a win-win for Ram. Now, the other technical way to destroy this gadget is there is a gas canister on the back of it, similar to an OSA shield, but it's going to be very tricky for you to shoot that, and you can kind of do it through the throat holes that it potentially makes, but I wouldn't really rely on that. I spent so long talking about her gadget, I didn't even mention her secondary gadgets, which she does come with amazing options. Firstly, she comes with smoke grenades, which are a great option if you want to block off any lines of sight from the defenders, and flashbangs if you need to play more aggressively or if you need to just clear out some ADSs to help out your team. There are no frag grenades, but they get the job done and they do it pretty well. A lot of you may have clicked on this video for her guns, and let's go ahead and talk about them. For her R4C assault rifle, it can come up to a 2x scope. Other than that, it's just the regular R4C that you can use on Ash. I have noticed that it does have bouncier recoil. However, I don't really think that's a real issue for Ram, because she also comes with a 1.5, and I know a lot of people are going to be happy by that. And the recoil doesn't feel as bad, but I'm personally more of a 2x enjoyer. So for her second primary option, funny enough, is the LMGE that you can find on Sophia. It did get a recoil nerf about a year ago, and it was a pretty heavy one. It tends to go side to side, and here's what it kind of looks like. It's not as bad as some people like to make it out to be, but notice that I'm at 91 rounds when it's a 150 round magazine, and I almost ran out of mouse pad. So if you can control the recoil, I think this is also a good option like the R4C. For her first secondary option, she comes with a handgun that you can find on Yana, Buck, and Frost, and it's overall a solid handgun. Nothing special about it, but nothing wrong about it either. And finally, for her last secondary option, she comes with the ITA secondary shotgun that you can find on Frost and Jackal. And funny enough, this did get a buff this season with the shotgun rework. So from 10 meters, it is still kind of mediocre. However, it does have better destructive capability, and you can consistently kill people with it better than what you could before. However, before the actual live build, they nerfed it a little bit, so it's kind of okay now. And that's pretty much everything you really need to know about Ram. And for my personal opinion on her, a lot of people are saying that she is a completely overpowered operator and she needs nerfs. And I don't necessarily disagree with them. However, considering the fact that the drones itself is pretty slow, and if you really want to destroy defender utility with it, it's going to take some time. While with Sledge, you can just throw a frag grenade if you want to, and then you just destroy whatever you want. However, it's just the simple fact that there is no gadget that can counter it. No operator gadget anyways. Yes, impacts and C4s can destroy it completely. However, I have expressed that it's not really worth it most of the time. But there are a few scenarios to where you could theoretically just throw an impact and get a lot of value out of it. And yeah, she has the R4C that has a 1.5 scope, and that's going to make a lot of people happy. And I don't really think the LMG is a bad choice either, if you control the recoil, obviously. And the shotgun is always a good thing to have on an attacker or defender. So she's overall a solid operator. There is basically no downsides to her other than a 3 armor, but everything else picks that fact up. So I'm going to leave it to you. Do you think Ram is overpowered? And if I hope to decide if you want to get Ram or not, save your renown, or don't spend your money on her, that's obviously up to you. But other than that, I'm going to go ahead and say this in the video. If you like what I make, I appreciate it if you subscribe. And if you're interested in any other operators, I basically covered every operator in the entire game with a few exceptions that I'll work on later. Other than that, I hope you have a good day or good night, and goodbye.